Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and what I've got here is the Martian Notifier. This is a really very cool smartwatch. Looks like a regular watch, but we've also got this notification window down the bottom here with an OLED display that actually cycles through various options and also allows you to actually receive notifications on the watch. Now, because of the technology, this does flicker whilst it's actually being recorded. In real life, to the naked eye, it is absolutely steady display, very vibrant indeed. We've got a couple of buttons on this side here, and these are used for cycling through the various menu options, and the top one's used for actually making the selection. I'll show you some of these in action in a short while. And then this one here on this side is just a regular dial. You pull this out and you can adjust the time with this one. Now, the actual size of the watch is really very nice. Some of these smartwatches nowadays are super big, and they also take over your wrist. They really do. This is very elegant. It looks like a regular watch, but it has that added functionality connecting to either an iOS or an Android device via Bluetooth. The actual strap is very nice. It's a silicone strap, and it just feels very high quality. As far as I know, this is a regular 22mm size strap, so you can swap this out for an alternative if you so wish. Plenty of adjustment holes on it, a nice clasp, and of course a double sort of retainer band on here for keeping the strap nice and neat whilst it's on your wrist. Now, setting up the Martian Notifier is very simple indeed. You download the Martian Notifier application either on your iOS device or on your Android device. And from the application, you can control whether the application and the smartphone is connected or not by using this tap to disconnect or tap to connect option. You can set a do not disturb mode. It also tells you what the watch battery life is like. At the moment it's on 85%. And the beauty of a watch like this, over and above something with a full colour screen, is that the battery life is very good. You'll get between 4 and 7 days between charges on this. So very good indeed. We can also set the vibration intensity, and as we move this, if I hold the watch near to the microphone, you'll hear that it actually adjusts the watch vibration. So we can go all the way up to 15, which is really strong. And this changes how the watch vibrates on your wrist when you get a notification. You can even see it moving slightly when I put it up to full intensity, but I like to have it set round about the 6 mark. That's about my sort of preference. We've also got an hour repeater, silent alarms, and then an alerts filter as well, and this is where you control which apps send notifications to the watch, and you can turn these off and on. So for example, if I didn't want WhatsApp notifications, then I turn that off. I don't want Line notifications, so I can turn that off. I don't want Vine notifications or WeChat, so I can go through these and configure it how I want it. So very good indeed. And then we go across to display. This is for world clock. We can also choose the time zone, current weather, and whether it's in Fahrenheit or Celsius. And then we've got some settings as well. And when you save these settings, it actually sends them across to the watch via Bluetooth. So we can change perhaps from 12-hour to 24-hour, or we can change how fast the messages scroll across the display. Very good. And then last but not least, there is a help icon here. So one of the other nice things that the Martian Notifier does is control your smartphone's camera. You can see that I've got it activated here on the watch by the little LED light flashing. And then to take a photo, I just push the top button. And you saw the smartphone here on the side, my iPhone 5S, actually take a photo. Let's just do that once more. And it takes the photo. Very cool. Ideal for if you're doing selfies or group shots, or you've got your smartphone in another location or another position that you can't necessarily reach easily. Well, you can now trigger the photos with this smartwatch. Very cool indeed. Now, one of the less useful functions is voice control. I can see it having some uses, but for me, I would still prefer to use my actual smartphone. But if we push the top button here, it actually activates Siri on my smartphone, and I can ask a question like, what is the weather like in London?
Okay, here's the weather for London between today and
And there you go, the answer comes through on my smartphone, so I still have to get my smartphone out of my pocket to see the response. So limited use for voice control, but still nice that it's there on the watch. So how does the Martian Notifier feel on the wrist? Well, for me it's very, very comfortable indeed. In fact, I absolutely love the styling, I love the silicone wrist strap, and I also like the fact that the bezel on the watch isn't too big and it's not too heavy. The other bonus for me is the fact that it hasn't got a fully digital or full colour screen. I like the fact it's got analog hands, a really nice face to the watch, and just this notifier window down the bottom. I think they've done it very, very well indeed. And I just love the overall feel of it. I think it's the perfect combination at the moment between a regular watch that you could use for sort of everyday use and a smartwatch. The fact that the battery lasts a nice long time as well is really a bonus. Love the notifications, love the control offered up by the application. I think this is a real winner for me. This is certainly going to stay on my wrist. For the first time, I found a smartwatch that I can say I'm going to use on a daily basis. This is the Martian Notifier. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. Do check out all the links as well in the video description where you can check out the Martian website, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see another video of mine, please do click the annotation on the top of your screen now, and also you can click the annotation on the bottom of your screen and subscribe to the Geekanoids channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again next time.